Hello and welcome to this session. And in this session, we will have to understand as to how you need to answer this important HR interview question. Are you willing to work in shifts? Well, the same question sometimes may be asked to you as, are you open to working during non-traditional hours? Or the question may be asked as, are you flexible with your work schedule? Or it may be asked as, are you willing to work in the evenings or weekends if required? Or the question may be asked in any of these ways. But then, whichever way the question is being posed to you, one thing that you need to understand is that by asking this question, the interviewer is trying to determine your flexibility and commitment to the job roles, and you definitely will have to be providing an honest answer based on your preference and availability. So, how really should you approach this question? Let me tell you. Even before I tell you as to how really you need to answer this question, it is more important for you to understand as to why this question is being asked. Well, shift work frequently necessitates the flexibility and capacity to operate during unconventional hours. The interviewer, by asking this question, is aiming to assess your willingness to embrace working in various shifts, and obviously here the interviewer is trying to comprehend whether you are able to fulfill your responsibilities that is required for the job role. By inquiring about your readiness to work in shifts, the interviewer is trying to evaluate your level of commitment to the job and your willingness to go above and beyond whenever your job requires you to be working in shifts. Well, one thing that you need to be really aware of is that the shift work frequently involves shifting schedules, necessitating adaptability. The interviewer aims to ascertain your ability to readily adapt to the fluctuating working hours by asking these questions. In fact, certain job roles itself involve providing services round the clock. Particularly in domains such as healthcare, the teams will have to be organized and scheduled in a manner where the service is extended all round the clock, and obviously the interviewer here is, by asking this question, trying to verify whether you can effectively collaborate with your colleagues working on different shifts and your dedication to serving your customers during all the shifts. Well, all said and done, shift work can be demanding, often requiring working during nights or even during weekends. The interviewer seeks to assess your ability to effectively manage stress and maintain a healthy work-life balance. So, it could be any of these reasons as to why this question is being asked to you in the interview, but then how really should you answer this question? Let me explain. Even before I tell you as to how you really need to answer this question, what is more important for you to understand is what are the common mistakes that are normally committed by the freshers while answering this HR interview question. One thing that you need to be extremely clear while answering this question is to provide a clear and a committed answer. Giving non-committal answers such as, I guess I can work in shifts, or giving an answer such as, I'll try my best to work in shifts, definitely would indicate a lack of commitment. You should be providing a clear and confident answer, leaving no room for doubt about your dedication to fulfilling the requirements of the job role. One thing that you need to keep in mind is to read the job description carefully. Normally, the companies would have given an elaborate job description which would explicitly state if there is any need for working in shifts. And if you are attending the interview of such a company, then make sure that you will not provide a negative answer about working in shifts. Well, that way it only indicates that you have not even read the job description properly, or in spite of reading the job description, that now you are saying that you are not ready to work in shifts will definitely hamper your recruitment into the company. So you need to extremely carefully read the job description of every company that you are attending the interview for. I do agree that every job seeker would have his or her own personal preferences and personal needs, but then focusing only on these personal preferences and not acknowledging the requirements of the job role may give an impression to the interviewer that you are such a person who prioritizes your personal convenience over and above the job role's requirements. Often Employers value flexibility and they recruit such candidates who have the passion to work around the clock in any of the shifts as per the job role's requirements. Also, one mistake that you should avoid is that just in case you already have an exposure to working in unconventional hours or successfully managing flexible schedules in any of your previous experiences, then it is necessary to specify that during your interview. Mentioning your previous experience of having worked in unconventional hours definitely demonstrates your capability to handle such work arrangements, which effectively adds value to your candidacy for the position. All said and done, no doubt it is important to demonstrate your flexibility, but it is also equally crucial to be honest about your willingness to work in shifts. Exaggerating your willingness can create unrealistic expectations. Honesty always allows both you and the interviewer to establish realistic expectations so that the best fit for that job role can get recruited. All said and done, these happen to be the commonly committed mistakes, and I'm sure that you wouldn't be committing them. And my tips for you to answer this HR interview question are these. So, I'm sure that in this session you have been able to understand as to how you need to answer this very important HR interview question. Well, that way, if you need to find answers to more such important HR interview questions and prepare well for your HR interview, all that I would recommend you is to continue watching this video series. In my next session, I shall meet you with a new HR question. Thanks for watching. Let's meet again in my next session.